Hey there, how's everybody doing? Happy Friday, or whenever you're tuning in. Hope everyone's having a great start to their, or great end to their week, and are ready for the weekend as going live here on this Friday, August 25th, 2023. We have an exciting challenge this week. As always, this is Workout Wednesday Live. I go from data to dashboard, all live and blind, meaning I have not seen this challenge or have attempted it prior to this challenge. So every mess up, every oops, and everything I do right is just completely live and unfiltered. So I really enjoy doing these challenges. I hope that you enjoy watching them, and I hope you learn something out of them. So let's take a look at this week's challenge. What do you say? Okay, so here we are. We are taking a look at a scatterbox. So I invited Felicia, and who works at Playfair Data in Kansas City, and she is doing an awesome job of what she's calling Tableau 365, where she's trying to answer a community question every single day of the year. And this one is this is a solution that she came up with out of that. And so this is a really interesting one. It's called a scatterbox, is what she's calling it, which is basically a scatterplot and a heat map layered on top of each other, but it's only on one sheet, which is pretty cool too. So we will attempt to recreate this following her instructions and kind of go from there. So as you can see, I've got the challenge here. I've got her solution workbook here. So let us go ahead and jump in. So we're just using the Superstore data, so we'll connect to Superstore. There we go. Okay, I think what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be doing X and Y coordinates, which are discount, the average discount, and the quantity, which will be good. So go ahead and turn on Do Not Disturb because I don't want to hear my computer booping and bopping at me. Okay, so include one sheet, scatterbox, scatter plot of product and quantity. Include a heat map. Include a heat map colored by number of products. Squares in the heat map represent quantity bins of 10, beginning at 0 to 10, and bins of 0.1, beginning at 0 to 0.1 for discount. Squares are evenly displaced. There's white space between them. Squares are centered. Create both charts in a single view. Customize the tooltips. All right. So, how are we going to tackle this? Well, let's build out each part in piece, right? So we'll make sure that our discount is at the, let's do default properties, average, not number format, discount, aggregation, average, and we have, what was it? I've already forgot. Quantity. All right, cool. So we'll do quantity on columns. We'll do average discount on this. And then we have, I believe, and then we'll do circle. And we'll do every single product. Is that what that looks like? I think it does, but I've got them switched here, right? Maybe not. Average discount, some quantity. What do we got here? What is this guy? $19.80. Xerox. All right, let's do highlighter. Because if we can't get our bin, if we can't get this stuff to look right, then we're just gonna have to, what was it? Xerox 1881. What? Yeah, 1881. Okay, so we go here, 1881. Okay, so it looks like we've got some Is there anything filtered out? I don't see anything filtered out. Yeah, okay, so that Eureka disposable. Okay, good. So where are staples at? They're there, but what about here? Let's see here. Off to a great start. I can't even. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just kind of go from here, and see what we can do here. So let's do. What we need to do is I think so the way that we're going to do this, let's see, calculate field, let's do like we need to? We could probably just do this, right? Discount bins. And we want discount to be every 10%. Make that continuous. We'll go to quantity. And that's going to be every 10. Right? Quantity every 10. Discount every that. Okay, change that continuous. And now we can put quantity there. And discount here. No, that doesn't look right at all. So I think we need to create, we can't create bins using the Tableau bins. I think we need to do it a different way. Let's get rid of these. Let's do profit, no, quantity bin, which is going to be the int of some quantity times 5 divided by 5 times 5 divided by 5. This is going to be the discount bin. Int. Not int. We want just the average discount times 5 divided by 5. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so that's better. Let's see here. Let's do aggregate that. Let's see here. Trying to think, because we've got this, and we want to do it's like we need to have a let's take a look. So we've got, so this is a square. And the square is the that so that's a square, that's a dot, but we want to count the product. So we basically have to like what do we need to do? A one dimension and one or two measures. So we do need to have that. What if these are dimensions? Well, that doesn't really get us what we want, or does it? No. So I've got that part down, but I've got to figure out how to duplicate, or how to create the heat map so that I get a square for that. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's do. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to duplicate this data source. Or union, not duplicate. I'm going to need to create two copies, right? So duplicate. So let's we don't need people, we don't need returns. But I am going to take this, I'm going to union that together. And then I'll have a table, I'll have a edit the union, orders and orders one. Yep, okay. Because this is going to allow me to basically do two things, right? It's going to allow me to create the scatter plot using one table, right? So using the top level table, I can create the scatter plot, create the bottom using the bottom or the second union, the second version of the table I can use to create the bins, and then we can just do a dual axis to get that kind of all squared away. So now everything's going to be duplicated, but now what we'll do is we'll do so let's clear the sheet. Let's start over here, and I'm not going to need this. Delete all of that. So let's think about this here, right? So we need to create a so we still got to figure out these bins, right? So let's do bin, let's do this as the discount bin. But it's like, so I know I'm using, so I need to isolate tables, right? So I need to isolate, so it needs to be if table name equals orders. That's what I'm going to start off with. Actually, not that. I'm actually going to do a level of detail expression here, and it's going to be fixed on product name and table, right? And it's going to be the average discount, right? So for each product for each unique combination of product name and table, what is the average discount? And then to create the bins, right, we do times 10 divided by 10. And then we'll make sure we get our order of operations correct. Click OK. And then we'll just do something very, very similar for product here, or for quantity, right? Like it's going to be almost the exact same. So this is going to be quantity bin, and this is going to be, again, we'll do fixed on product name and table name. What is the sum of quantity? Close our level of detail. Yeah, times 10. Divided by 10. So that's going to create that, right? So that is, but then what we need to do, right? If we have this and we have this, and then we put this here, and we flip that because we want it flipped, right? So we're getting that. So now what we need to do is we need to create a single. So this is getting us part of the way there, but it's not getting us all the way, right? So let's clear this again, and let's do the x-axis here. And this is where we'll start to bring in table name, right? So this will be our x, which is if table name equals orders, then what? Well, it's going to be the same thing, right? It's going to be fixed on fixed on product name and or table name some quantity else quantity bin and deaggregate this. And then we'll need to do, there'll need to be two separate y-axes, right? So if we think about this, it's going to be y heat map. I'm just going to make this, I'm just going to label these correctly so that I know whenever I'm doing my formatting and all that, I know which one goes with which mark type. So I already created that. So if table equals orders 1, then we'll return the discount bin plus 0.05. Okay. interesting. Okay, I see. So, I think, why can't I see the video in laptop? I don't know. That's interesting. You can't see this? You can't see anything? Sorry, I'm not sure. Just trying to figure this out here. So the issue that I've been dealing with here is trying to get my numbers to aggregate the right way, right? So let's, but I think I've finally got it now. So we'll do this, and we'll do dimension here, right? So this is starting to look pretty good, right? So then we'll just size up these squares. Whoa, that's too big. There we go. Just size up these squares a little bit. There we go. So the reason that this was not working earlier is because, let's see what I did here. So first I changed this. So this one I had to make an integer because the average discount is obviously going to be a percentage. It's going to be a decimal, and then you multiply by 10 and divide by 10. So you take the average discount, multiply it by 10, and then make that an integer. Then that's going to remove all of the decimals, right? And then you're going to divide it by 10 to get it back down to a back down into an actual discount percentage, right? So you're changing the scale, but then you're changing it back, essentially, right? So that's how you're able to get the right percentages there. And then for the quantity bin, so if you notice what I did here, right, is we take the average discount times 10 and then divide by 10. And then for the quantity bin, we do the exact same but differently, right? We take the sum of quantity divided by 10, and then you multiply by 10. So you flip-flop based on what you're trying to do, right? The other thing that I did is I brought in product ID, the actual product ID code, as opposed to just the as opposed to the actual product name, because product names can have multiple or product IDs can have multiple names, it looks like. If we look at that, right? So we have product ID and then product name. Yeah, so you can see here we've got these two product names have the same product ID. So yeah, so then if we do this, right, we do this, that looks weird, but let's do count distinct. And let's sort it descending. You can see here we've got quite a few that have multiple IDs here. So swapping that out made everything kind of tie out the right way. And then to actually create the heat maps, or to create the actual axes, right? So we had to do if orders 1, then return the discount bin. And these little plus 0.5, plus 0.05, and on this one, quantity bin plus 5. The reason we're doing that is so that we center it, right? So we've got to center everything. We've got to center the square, right? We've got to center the square. So that's what we're doing. So now we just need to create a another axis, but this time for our scatter plot. And the way that we're going to do that is we're just going to return the actual average discount. So this is y scatter, and if table name equals orders, then average discount and we've got to wrap that in an adder. That. Now whenever we do this, we will change this back down to a circle. Change that back down to this. Yeah, add product ID. Add product name. And there we have our scatter plot, just like that, right? And then we can just bring these up here, make this a dual axis, synchronize, and there we have. And then what we'll do for the Y is we'll do a distinct count of product ID on color, just like that, and then we'll drop down the opacity of these, and we'll remove measure names from color. And there we go. So you can see here there's 280 product IDs that fall within the 0 to 10% discount and have 15 have sold 15 items. Right? So we'll do some formatting here. Maybe drop the size of our squares down a little bit more. Whoa. Because whenever we put it on an 800 by 800 dashboard, that's when we'll know what the size is, right? Isn't that great? Don't you love how the size is not the same depending on which view you're on? There we go. Maybe we'll drop the size of our dots now too. There we go. We'll do a little bit more formatting in here. We'll do 0 lines. We'll get rid of those. We will. Yeah, looks good. Remove the nulls. let's see, what else? What else do we need to do? Oh, we need to have... Alright, so we need to do quantity and average discount, the range. We need to do the ranges. Yep. So how are we going to calculate the ranges? And actually, I think the y-axis here needs to be because this is discount, so I'm going to change this to a percentage, because that just makes sense here, right? Y-scatter is going to be the same thing. There we go. So now what we need to do is calculate the minimum and maximum ranges. So how do we do that? Yeah. So it'll just be like, so the discount minimum is just going to be whatever the discount bin is. And then we just need to account for how much and then for the max, we just need to account for our axes, right? Which is 10%. So if we duplicate that, call it the max, and it'll just be plus 0.1, right? And then the quantity minimum is just our quantity bin. Duplicate. All right, so this will be quantity minimum will be what? It'll just be the quantity bin. It looks like we've got 0.5 here, right? So, or actually that'll also be 0.1, or not 0.1, but we've got bins, we've got quantity bins every 10, right? So the quantity bin, the quantity max will be plus 10. Quantity max. So then what we'll do is we'll take quantity min, quantity max, discount min, put those into the tooltip. We will highlight all of them, and we'll make them all continuous dimensions. Whoop, can't do that because Tableau needs them to be aggregates on, so I guess we could just do (0 to 10). Oh no, we do need those to just be, so we need those to be on detail, and then we can change those to dimensions. There we go. So the discount bin, 0 to 5, and well, we've got 0 to 10. You can see the quantity min and max. The discount min and max is, yeah. So then we'll do discount min, discount max on number format to be 2, just like that. $40 to $50, yep. All right, so then we'll just go in here and we'll set this to so yeah, quantity is the quantity min, quantity max, discount is discount min to discount max. Number of products. Like that. Yep. It's like that. So there you go. I like it. Oh, let's do, yeah, for the scatter plot, let's go in here to tooltip, and we'll remove the X, because it's not really needed. And then this is actually just going to be the average discount, right? Yeah. Oh no. Quantity sold. Yeah. Yeah. So this is discount. Right. If we click on that, quantity sold and average discount. Yeah. So average discount. Yep. And then we need to put in our X, which is units. There we go. Units sold is there we go. Sound good? Look good? I think that looks good. So now we just need to edit this, call this discount. Call this units sold. Add the header, and there we go. And there we have, maybe we'll float this. And this can be entire view. Oh yeah, get rid of that. There we go. There we go. And this will be units sold. There we go. So, nice scatterbox. I like it. It's a very interesting and unique chart type. So, really appreciate you all tuning in. Hopefully you all enjoyed this challenge, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hey, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. Yesterday was my 42nd birthday, so getting old. But I can I still got this Tableau thing down. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching. As always, what the sign says, we are data people. I'm Sean Miller, Hipster Viz Ninja. Go forth and viz.